Today we're going to look at the evidence for a worldwide flood. Now, the purpose of this course has not been to prove that creationism or intelligent design is correct. Now, sometimes in order to uh, show evolution has its fallacies, which of course we've already shown many of those, we do compare the creation or the intelligent design model to evolution, and we are able to see contrasts there. Now, one of those contrasts is the worldwide flood. This would be referred to as catastrophism. Evolutionists, and I'm specifically talking about Darwinists here, slow evolution, it would say that there is uniformitarianism, or that things changed very, very slowly and there was no catastrophe. With those who believe in creationism, they would believe that there was a catastrophe, and that's called catastrophism, specifically the worldwide flood. So, all we have to do is show, for instance, that evolution has its problems, and also if we could show that the two foundational aspects of creationism, that is, creation itself and also the worldwide flood, has credence, then that lends credence to the book of Genesis, which of course would completely eliminate any possibility for the theory of evolution. So that's why I'm going over this evidence for a worldwide flood. Now, we were told that there was no worldwide flood a few thousand years ago. This kind of flood will eliminate any chance, as I just mentioned, of evolution. But we have seen that all the explanations given by Darwinists have been severely contradicted by the scientific evidence. And we've gone over almost a couple dozen of those facts so far that have disproved evolution, or at least have taken away the different so-called proofs that evolutionists have used. Now, there are more than 100 different cultural accounts of a huge flood, and actually there's about 300 now in different cultures throughout the world that refer to a huge flood and often to a worldwide flood. There is also the evidence throughout the earth that water has covered all parts of the globe. Sedimentary rock, which is formed with water, is found in all continents of the world. And by the way, if you don't go along with a worldwide flood, there's really no good scientific explanation for how the sedimentary rock got there. Now, there are some theories and that type of thing, but scientifically, there's not a good explanation how all this sedimentary rock got there, because sedimentary rock is not being formed at a large scale anywhere in the world today. And in fact, evolutionists don't even know how it got there. But if we look at the layers of the earth, we see that there are marine fossils, clams, fish, etc., are abundant in a number of these strata, and some of these marine fossils have been discovered in the highest, the tallest mountain ranges of the world. Now, even though this does not conclusively prove that there was a gigantic or worldwide flood, it certainly lends strong scientific credence to the idea. Now, what would we expect to find if there was a worldwide flood? First, there would be a large majority of sedimentary layers of rock with the less intelligent and or less mobile creatures generally in the bottom layers, and the most intelligent and or mobile creatures in the top layers. Okay, that would include your animals that can run fast, your humans, that type of thing. There would, of course, be a few exceptions, as mudslides and gigantic turbulences trap and capture some of the more mobile creatures into the lower layers. Now, this is precisely the way the layers exist, with a number of the fossils in the wrong layers. Now, these layers are exactly the way that they should not be if evolution were true. And we mentioned that's actually some of the layers themselves that are supposed to, according to evolutionists, tell us what the ages of that specific layer are. Some of the so-called younger layers are below the older layers, which of course causes a huge problem. Now, for evolution, there is no acceptable explanation for all the fossils being mixed up in the various layers. Example, human fossils and or artifacts are found in every layer on Earth. And of course, that's exactly the way that we would expect it if there was a flood, that you would have the general layers but mixing. Darwinian evolution has no scientific explanation for all these mixtures, or for the fact that younger layers are found below some of the older layers throughout the world. But a worldwide flood would explain all of it perfectly. For more information, go to evosecrets.com.